Hello and welcome to yet another permanent ankle shackle vlog. As you can see printed on the left sole of my foot, 11 days. I've been wearing these heavy steel shackles permanently locked around both ankles for 11 straight days. And as promised in previous videos, I'm back to bare ankles. If you watched yesterday's vlog, I was wearing the ankle pads in the new configuration to mostly for nighttime, but I did wear them all day yesterday as well, like that, where they were, I was wearing 4 ankle pads, 2 on top and 2 on bottom, with the shackles worn around bare ankles in between those 2 pads so that they held them in place. And you can see the backs of my ankles here. The light red part is where the shackle has been riding across my ankle. So I have a nice red mark circle around my ankles now from where the shackles rub and have been held in place. And then you'll see above and below that where the ankle pads are actually making marks around my ankles, which is the new problem. I just can't seem to find a good balance here. So I can't wear them on bare ankles because they're too heavy and they hurt. If I put on too many ankle pads, then that causes a whole new problem. I've noticed my feet today are actually swollen. Not terribly bad, they don't hurt, but they look fatter than they normally do. Let's put it that way. And that, I'm pretty sure, is because of those ankle pads. Just too much pressure around my ankles for longer periods of time have caused this swelling. And it's a problem. I need to overcome it. It's just this balancing act. I gotta make it so that I can wear them around bare ankles without injuring my ankles, because I can't take these off. They are permanent. If you haven't watched my previous video, you can watch the one where I installed them. They're riveted on and I've removed the tools, so I can't remove them. So I have to be careful not to injure my ankles. And, you know, of course, I don't want to be in pain all the time either, so there's also that factor. These are supposed to be worn permanently. And for my prisoner in my movie, this is why I'm wearing these, by the way. If you haven't watched my previous videos, I'm a filmmaker. I'm making a movie about a prisoner who's permanently shackled with these particular shackles. And I want to make sure that that would work in real life. Also, there are prisons in the world that permanently shackle their prisoners, and I kind of wanted to see how that worked anyway. So far, it's kind of a mixed bag. I mean, right at the beginning, the first week, no problems at all. This past week, it's just been a balancing act to try to keep it from hurting my ankles and, you know, causing swelling and all that. It's just adding up. But yeah, swollen feet, swollen ankles, these shackles aren't coming off. So I've got to figure out a way around these problems. Now, I do have an emergency plan. If it becomes a point where there's a medical issue, I have someone who can get me tools to remove these, but they've agreed that the only reason they would give them to me is if there was a medical emergency. So, you know, sore ankles, slightly swollen feet, just not going to do it. These aren't coming off whether I want them off or not. They're on. So, and this is kind of the mind state that I wanted to be in. The prisoner isn't going to be able to take these off in his prison cell just because his feet swell up a little bit or his ankles start hurting at night when he's trying to sleep. He's got to get around the issues of having them on 24/7. And so I'm in that position where I have to figure out the best way to make these work because they're not coming off. And this is the whole reason that I permanently shackled my feet, because it's forcing me to come up with solutions rather than just saying, oh, they hurt, I'm taking them off now. You know, I have to learn how to wear these so that they don't cause a lot of pain and don't cause injury to my ankles. And so I don't know if anybody is watching this that has any ideas, some kind of way of protecting my ankles. that doesn't, maybe, I don't know, maybe I just need ankle pads that just aren't as tight. The ones I'm using right now are actually wristbands. They're, I believe, 6-inch wristbands that I picked up on Amazon, and they're just kind of tight, especially when I roll them up. Because I have to roll them up to keep them wide enough to keep the shackle weight from, hold the shackle weight up rather than it falling down over the ankle pads. These shackles are too tight, especially now that my ankles have swollen, to wear around these pads. So when I have the pads between my ankles and the shackles, they're just too tight to wear at this point. So it's just, I've got to wear them on bare ankles. I've got to get some pads that don't cause me issues. It's possible I might just have to cut these pads in half and just go with rolled all the way, rather than having half of it rolled and half of it still flat. If you watch my previous video, that's how you'll see it. I have a flat section and then it's rolled about halfway to hold the shackle in place. But anyway, I'm rambling on. I'm at a loss at this point. I'm just gonna have to figure it out, and 24/7. That's all I have to worry about right now, is making these work. So, because they're not coming off, and I've got to come up with a solution. So anyway, be sure to comment, subscribe, like, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video, day 11. And thanks for watching.